I cannot wait until I finish with Total War. This is my second time using it, and I don't think I'll go for a third time. Redcon1 Total War. In this video, we're gonna cover the ingredients and then we'll go into my experience. Let me go over the ingredients. I have the ingredients right here. I'm at the gym. I didn't bring the whole bottle with me, but let me read off the ingredients real quick and then we'll dive into my experience. So it has citrulline at 6 grams. Citrulline, as you may know or may not, it increases nitric oxide, so you get more of a blood flow, more vasodilation to your muscles, meaning more oxygen, more nutrients, and a bigger pump, of course. And this is typically combined with agmatine, because agmatine helps prolong those pumps by reducing that enzyme that actually takes away nitric oxide, essentially. And there's 1 gram of agmatine. Agmatine also has potential neuroprotective properties. So that means it can actually protect the brain. It actually does provide a little bit of mood uplift. I've tested this myself. And of course, there's beta-alanine in between these two ingredients at 3.2 grams. Beta-alanine has that tingle, so you may feel like a harmless sensation with tingles, but it does help with muscular endurance, but it also benefits you if you use it over a regular basis, meaning you should maybe get this or think about getting it in bulk, so that way you can use it as a daily type of ingredient, kind of like creatine. Then we have taurine. Taurine helps with hydration. It's an amino acid that helps with water, driving more water into your muscles, helping with pump and muscle volumization. And there's 1 gram in there. And then we have caffeine. So the total caffeine in here is 320 milligrams. There's 2 caffeine sources, 250 of the normal version, and then 70 milligrams of the caffeine malate version, which is a slower digesting form of caffeine. Combined, it should release, or it should provide a long-lasting source of energy, considering just 2 forms of caffeine. Then we have juniper. So juniper is typically not, well, it isn't a stimulant. It's a diuretic, meaning it helps reduce that water. If you're holding water, it helps reduce that water retention in your body. But there's better ingredients than that. That's typically used in fat burners. Then we have theobromine. Theobromine is a cousin of caffeine. It provides like a mood uplift, has milder energy, but combined with caffeine, should provide some nice, it should provide a nice synergetic effect between the 2 ingredients. And then we have green tea. Green tea is a little bit in here, 45 milligrams. Which is nice. I mean, it has a standardization, so it should help with fat burning, but it's such a small amount. There's typically about 250 to 500 milligrams of this particular extract, but here we have it at 45 milligrams. Should help with fat burning, but I mean, it's such a small dose. I don't even know what's the point of having it in there. Then we have citrus, well, narginine, which is dosed at 25 milligrams. This is an antioxidant. Don't get it confused with synephrine, which is more of a stimulant, kind of like ephedra, but it has milder effects. But this is more of an antioxidant, so it's from grapefruit, so it's not exactly the most useful ingredient, but I mean, it's there, it's an antioxidant, so I guess we'll take it. Then we have black pepper extract to help you absorb and to maximize the absorption of all the ingredients that it's taken with. So, how's the experience? Okay, so I could not wait to stop using this. Total War was not the best thing for me. I mean, I didn't feel that good on it, and there was an energy kick to it, sure, but there was barely any mood uplift, and maybe for like an hour I felt a mood uplift, but after that it was just sort of like died out, and the rest of it was just energy. My heart was elevated, which was interesting because it was more elevated than it was on Jacked 3D by USP Labs, and the Jacked was actually the pre-workout that I was using prior to Total War. So it was a nice comparison with Total War and Jacked. Jacked was a totally fun, balanced pre-workout, while Total War just felt like caffeine kick. Jacked actually felt like an exotic experience and didn't actually affect my heart rate, not as much as Total War. Total War was just like a mess with the heart rate, not crazy survival mode or anything like that, but it was obviously elevated, especially when I was checking my heart rate and my heart graph throughout the workout. it didn't really go that low, and it stayed above, 100 beats per minute, whereas with Jacked, it was more like 100 beats per minute max, 110, maybe 120, but with Total War, it was like 150. It was weird. But honestly, I preferred Jacked over Total War. And before Jacked, I was only using caffeine. So it was like a 10-day use of caffeine, and it didn't feel that good after using Total War. Total War wasn't the best thing. So of course I built up to it, to using Jacked in Total War. It was a nice way to build up, to go from something with only caffeine, 200 milligrams to 300 milligrams of caffeine, then using Jacked, and then using Total War. So it was a perfect layout of strategic use of pre-workouts. So it was quite nice to do it like that, but Total War wasn't impressive at all. It's overrated. It's one of those pre-workouts you can get on Amazon, but it's a bestseller because it just appeals to everyone, right? Just because it's a bestseller on Amazon doesn't mean it's a good choice. So do I recommend Total War? Completely no. I totally don't recommend it. Avoid it. Check out my other lists. I do have the strongest pre-workout lists, and you can use my coupon code FITFRIC at any trusted store that I recommend. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Let me know if you did.